Hi, good evening. Welcome to our spring band concert. This is the 6th grade band here at 6 o'clock. At 7, we'll have the 7th grade band, and 8 o'clock tonight, we'll have the 8th grade band. We're really excited to be able to have a live concert for you today, so I'm glad that you're able to be here with us. I just ask that, of course, keep your mask on the whole time, try to social distance, just sit together in your own family groups, and then other than that, have a good time. So this is the 6th grade band. We've been playing now for almost a full year. We started in August together, and so we've learned a lot this year. So we're going to play a couple songs for you that we played for our ISMA contest about a month ago, and then a couple new songs for you as well. So we're going to start right away with Fanfare and March. Now, this is typically, it's a march-style song, so this is typically what we would end the concert with, but we have a special song that we're going to end with instead today. So this is Fanfare and March. Okay, our next song is an overture. So an overture usually has multiple styles of music in one song. And so usually it starts kind of fast, it has a slow section, and then ends kind of fast. And so this one does that. We started working on this one for ISMA contest or in January-ish, and then we didn't quite make it all the way through, so we just recorded part of it then, and then we've been continually working on it since then. This is by far probably their hardest song of the concert for tonight. It has lots of different styles. You're going to hear different sections of the band playing at different times. It features the flutes by themselves for a while, and then just the flutes and clarinets, and so this is a really cool piece. It's called Crater Lake Overture. So one of the things that made that song especially hard for us, in the Christmas concert when we played for you, we knew 5 notes. And it took a few months to be able to get to that point. And then once we start adding notes, it just kind of snowballs and we get more and more. And then, so for this song, we were up to about 9 notes. And then we take all those notes and then we're like, sometimes they're flat, sometimes they're sharp, sometimes they're natural. And then their brain just gets a little crazy. And so that song had a couple really high notes for our brass players and then just started learning some new notes. And so these next 2 songs kind of continue that idea. So those of you that know anything about music or play instruments, you know that switch of like, okay, I learned this note 6 months ago, now it might be something different. That makes a huge difference. And so it's fun though. So they did a great job with that song. So I'm really glad we were able to do that for you tonight. So I mentioned the first 2 songs then. We played for our ISMA contest back in March. Generally, in a normal year, we would go to a school and we'd play for an audience and 3 judges, and we would play 3 songs, and we would get feedback from all of them, and they each give us a rating. This year, we only did 2 songs, and we did it virtually, still with 3 judges, and they each give us a rating. And so you can get a gold, silver, or bronze rating, or a participation, I suppose. And then they average that together, and you get a final rating. And so this band behind you got a gold rating from all 3 judges in March. Yeah. It's really exciting. Obviously, that's our main goal. A silver means you did pretty good, and a gold means that you did really great. It is rare that you get a gold rating from all 3 judges, so that was really exciting to be able to see that for them. So these next 2 songs we just started working on about a month, maybe a month and a half ago or so. Several weeks ago we started working on this for the spring concert. So this next one, if you look in the program, by the way, hopefully you got to scan that. We don't pass out papers right now, or maybe never again, I don't know. And so you can see that online though. So the next song is We Will Rock You, which is a really fun song for us. So we're going to stomp our feet and clap our hands and try to keep a steady tempo all the way through this. And this seems like a pretty easy song, and there's not that many notes in it. But again, there's some high notes, there's some new notes. This is when we first started learning some of our new notes. And again, you get to hear each section. So almost every section gets a chance to have the melody in this song. So our next song is We Will Rock You. See, isn't that a lot of fun? It's good to be able to play some pop music with this. And the next song, it might even be cooler. Just, I guess, depends if you're into that sort of thing. Before we get to that, though, I have a couple things I just want to talk about real quick. First of all, some thank yous. Our band and guard boosters runs concessions for practically every event ever on the high school campus here. And so, and they also, and to be able to have a budget for us throughout the year so we can do competitive things and do lots of cool things. And so if we can just give our band and guard boosters a round of applause, because they work really hard throughout everything. Back in Christmas, we talked about, it was like a 2-week just marathon of trying to figure out how to do live stream and get all of that taken care of. Since then, we've learned a lot of things. Hopefully things are a little bit better for all of you watching online right now. But a lot of that is thanks to a man back in the booth, Mr. Todd Trimble. Thank you for making that happen. Thank him for that. And then the next part, usually in our spring concert, we usually have a full band and choir spring arts festival. And so hopefully you saw some artwork out in the hallway. That's mostly high school students. There's a few middle school students artwork out there as well. This is usually a huge event. We get to culminate the end of the year together with that. So I'm glad that we're able to do part of that at least this year. And then part of what we do at Spring Arts Festival, usually in the band side, is we give out awards and we recognize seniors and some other people. So the 6th grade band, every year we recognize an outstanding 6th grade band member. And so this is usually just a certificate we pass out to one person. And gosh, that was really hard this year. I think there's 28 kids on the stage behind me if they haven't left yet. And so that's really hard. They've worked really hard through this year. I mean, you guys know this has just been an unprecedented time. And so it's hard to choose one person, but for multiple reasons, but just one, you know, for this person works really hard in class. I don't know if I've ever seen this person have a bad attitude ever walking in the band room, is always willing to do everything possible. And for a song like we just played, I don't know if you noticed how many percussionists we have in the back there. Can all the percussionists stand up? Oh man, I thought she was gonna stand on the chair. Yeah, so this year's outstanding 6th grade band member is Lexi Poole. Yeah, it is rare that you get a 6th grader. They're like, I think I'm gonna put you on drum set for the whole concert. And she was like, okay. And it's like, yes, that is why you're outstanding. So yeah, Lexi's just been a great addition. There's so many kids up here. I could talk about all of them, and almost all of them very positively. So our next song, tomorrow, May 4th. Anybody know what that is? Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. We're going to celebrate a little bit early tonight for that with the next song. This is our final song for the 6th grade band. This has been a lot of fun to put together. This is the Star Wars main theme, and I think they're doing a fantastic job with it. It's really great. So we're going to end with this concert, for this song for the concert. Thank you so much for coming out, and may the 4th be with you. so much for coming out tonight and for watching online. Hopefully, we'll see you again next year. All these kids are more than welcome to join marching band, by the way. There's more information on the band website about that. But have a great rest of the year. Only a few weeks left, and we'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the 7th grade spring band concert. Thanks for coming tonight, and hello online again. We're so excited you're here. We're excited to be able to give another live performance this year. We're happy and blessed to be able to do that. So thanks for being here. This is the 7th grade band. This band got cheated a little bit last year from their first year of band because we went home in spring break and stayed there for a year. And so we get to finally finish up our first full year of band together. So they've been playing for a little over a year and a half with a large break in the middle. So we're excited to be able to give another concert for you. We're going to start tonight with the Golden Eagle March. Back in the month of March, we were able to perform for ISMA organizational contest virtually this year. And this is one of the songs that we played for that. So our first two songs are going to be what we played for that. So this is the Golden Eagle March. Our next song that we're going to play, we also did for our ISMA contest. Now, that in a normal year, we would take the band and we would go to another school and perform, like most contests that we do. And we would play for a full audience live in an auditorium, and then we usually play for 3 judges as well, who each give us an individual rating. And so the judges give you a gold, silver, or bronze rating. Now, this year, we did mostly the same thing. We usually play 3 songs live. This year, we did 2 songs, and then it was all virtual. But each judge we had 3 judges, and each still gave us a rating, and then they averaged those scores together. So a silver rating means that you did pretty good, and a gold rating means that you did really great. We were lucky enough this year that all 3 judges gave us a gold rating this year. So that was really exciting. So good job, guys. That was great. In fact, all 3 middle school bands this year got a gold rating, and so that was really cool for us, especially in a really crazy year like this. That was really awesome for them to be able to see that. So it means we're on the right path. We're working really hard. We're learning all of these new notes. Again, these guys came in this year pretty far behind, like most people, most students this year. And so we only knew about 8 or 9 notes starting the year, and that was from 6 months ago. And so we've learned a lot from this year. So that march was just a good taste of that. The next song is a slow, pretty song. This one's called Gentle Winds. And slow songs are usually harder, so you're going to hear lots of cool tones and notes in this one. And it even starts with a really cool effect of sounding like some wind blowing in the auditorium. So this song's called Gentle Winds. That is a really beautiful piece. That might be the best they've ever played that. That was really good, guys. That was nice. We're going to change a lot for our next song. So this would have been the third song we would have done for ISMA if this was a semi-normal year with a little bit more time to prepare for it. So our next song is called Atlantis. And so it definitely has that kind of magical, mystical feel to it. It kind of sounds like a march. It's a good opening number for this. It starts out with a snare drum. And so this would have been probably what we did for our third song. But this is the first time we've ever performed it. So I hope you enjoy Atlantis. So this is the part of the concert where I talk just a little bit more, give them a little bit of a break for our last song. There's some people I need to thank before we move on here. Back in the Christmas time when we were getting ready for our Christmas concerts and we realized, oh, we can't hardly have an audience, we need to be able to live stream this. We worked really hard at getting that to happen, and then since then we've been kind of learning and growing as we've gone, and we've been able to do live stream events for every event here in the auditorium ever since. And a large part of that is due to one person helping me tremendously in there, and he's back in the sound booth, Mr. Todd Trimble. So if we can have a round of applause for him, please. A group of people that I want to thank as well, and I'm not sure any of them are here at this concert right now because none of their kids are in here, but our band and guard boosters and officers, they help make things run in our program, especially our budgetary needs and financial needs. They run concessions for every single event on the high school campus throughout the entire year, and especially, again, a year like this has been really crazy. So if I don't think there's any officers in here, but if we can thank them anyway, our boosters, please, just because all the work that they do for us. So hopefully when you walked in, you noticed a bunch of artwork out in the auditorium lobby. Usually in our spring concert, this is the Spring Arts Festival. We usually are able to perform with the bands and choirs on the same night, and then we have a bunch of artwork in the auditorium, and we can just showcase all of the arts happening here at Triton Central. we're able to do a part of that at least. All of our concerts are separate right now. That's why they're staggered this evening. And we're still able to showcase some of the art out there. Now, it's mostly high schoolers out there. It was for our concerts last week, but there is some middle school art as well. And some of the kids here on stage tonight, there's some artwork out there. So make sure you look at that. And help out the rest of the arts programs here at TC. It's really nice. And then another part that we usually do here at the spring concert, we usually give out some awards. And so we usually spend our time talking about our seniors in high school and our 8th graders and stuff, but every group gets an award. And so we have an outstanding 7th grade band member award to give tonight. This was really hard for me. In fact, I eventually came to the conclusion I need to give it to 2 people, which is rare, and I don't like doing that. Once every couple of years I do that for a band, but it was really hard for this year. So one of the things I always take into account is this a person that practices at home? Is this a person that does their smart music at home? Is this a person that shows up with a good attitude every day? And there's a couple people in this band that fulfill all that criteria. They're just fantastic band members, always in a good mood, always willing to help out, always doing what they're supposed to do. And it's just, it was so hard to choose between them. So I had to choose both of them. And it just so happens that these 2 young men have the same name, just spelled differently. So our outstanding 7th grade band members this year, plural, are Aiden Morris and Aiden Mitchell. Come on up. You'll notice that Aiden Mitchell on my right, he'll be playing a different instrument now for our next song. He's going to switch to his bass clarinet. He started learning that this year, which is really cool, helping out our low brass and low woodwind sound. And Aiden Morris is playing a pretty hard instrument to play, especially by yourself, the French horn. And so you'll get to hear a little bit more of that as well on our next song. So our final song, we tried to add some pop songs to our concerts tonight. And so this is an older one, but it's really fun. We've had a lot of fun with this. And then you'll also notice if you're looking at the program, which is online, hopefully you got a chance to scan that and look at it, that we have an extra person on stage with us tonight. We have a high schooler filling in mainly for this song to help us play on drum set. Mr. J.P. Trimble is back there. Say hi, J.P. So he's going to help play for this. This is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? much for coming out tonight. Thanks a lot for watching online. Hopefully we'll see all of you next year. Lots of these guys will be joining marching band next year. More information on the band website. Go look at that. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
All computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
evening. Welcome again online for all of you joining us. This is the 8th grade band spring concert. Thanks for coming tonight. We're really excited to be able to give you a live performance. It's really nice to be able to play for a real audience. We're blessed to be able to do that once again this year. So like I said, this is the 8th grade band. So they've been playing for almost 3 full years now. They're kind of the lucky middle school group that even though we ended early last year, they still had a year and a half under them. So we were able to continue on this year like nothing ever happened. So I'm really excited for them to be able to play for you tonight. The first song we're going to start with is Jump Start. It makes sense that we're going to, jump start the concert. Yeah, here we go. It's rare in a concert band song to be able to play a swing pattern, and so that's why we had the drum set going back there with that, and we're swinging the eighth notes, which sounds quite a bit different. But that was a really fun song for us. So we played that one, and then our next one for our ISMA contest, which we did back in March, so several weeks ago. Usually in every March, we go to ISMA contests. We go to another school. We play in their auditorium or in their venue someplace, and we play for a live audience and for 3 judges. And then those judges each give us a rating, and they average those ratings, and then we get an overall score. So this year it was a little different because everything's virtual, and so we did 2 songs. We were able to record ourselves here in the band room, I think, at the middle school. And then we sent that off to ISMA. We got 3 judges to give us some scores. And so we get gold, silver, bronze, or participation. We kind of think of it in a way that silver rating means you did pretty well, and a gold rating means you did really great. And we had 3 judges who all gave us a gold rating this year for these 2 songs. So they did great. Wasn't that awesome? Yeah. So we did the first song for that contest and then our next song. This one's called Aeolian Winds. And so this is just a really slow, pretty chorale style of song. And I was saying in the last concert, slow songs are by far the hardest to play. And this is just a really beautiful song. They did really well with this right away when they first sight read it, and we knew, okay, this is probably going to be the song that we'll do for contest. So here is Aeolian Winds. right, for our next song, this would have been our third song that we would have done for ISMA contest if we had a little bit more time to prepare for it and if it was a more normal year. This song is called Imperium. And this probably would have been our first song if we would have done this all at contests like we normally would have done. So this is a little bit, it's, I don't know, it's kind of like an overture style in the sense of the way that it's played, but it just has some really cool parts. So it kind of starts out slow and kind of mysterious and then goes into a fast part. And you get a chance to hear all the sections play a little bit something different on this one. So we're going to play Imperium for you. It's a really fun concert piece that we get to do every few years. A middle school band will do that one. So that was really, I'm glad we were able to perform that for you still, even though we didn't do it for contests. I want to talk about just a couple other things real quick. This is where I talk a little bit and give their chops a break as they prepare for the last song. So usually during a spring concert, we do the Spring Arts Festival with the choirs and with the art department, and we do this all together every spring. Obviously this year we had to stagger the concerts and do things quite a bit differently, but we're still able to first of all give a concert, which is really great, but also showcase a little bit of art in the auditorium lobby as well. So hopefully you saw some art out there. There's some people on stage that their artwork is out there. And then a bunch of high schoolers' art as well. We've tried to showcase the whole art department. We don't get a chance to do that very often, especially in a year like this. So hopefully you got to see some of that. Then some other people I need to thank. As we're moving forward, almost all of these guys, these 8th graders, are moving into high school next year into band still. They're all going to high school, I think, unless something drastic happens in the next couple weeks. But they're almost all of them are moving into high school band and into marching band, which is super exciting. I'm super excited to have them. Several of them did marching band this year, and we were able to get several more. But for parts of those programs to actually happen, our band boosters do a ton of concessions work throughout the year, especially here on the high school campus. We run concessions for almost everything here at the high school. And so I don't think I have any booster officers here, but I want to make sure I mention that our boosters do a tremendous job. And especially for all these kids moving into high school next year, we'll be asking some parents to help out with that. In fact, the person in charge of our concessions, I think, is here somewhere, Mrs. Horde. Right, you're helping run concessions and get people to help. So if you're like, oh, I don't have anything to do this weekend and I want to work 12 hours in concessions, go see her, because that would be great to get some more people to help with that. But anyway, I just want to say thanks to the boosters. So if we can give them a round of applause, that'd be great, because they've done so much for us this year. And then during our Christmas concerts, when we realized that we needed to find another way to be able to live stream these so other people could watch our concerts, we scrambled a lot then. We've learned and worked through this a lot, but mainly thanks to one other person helping me out tremendously. And I say help, but really I'm just like, hey, what do you need? Okay, you do all that work for me. So Mr. Todd Trimble is back there in the sound booth. I really want to say thanks to him for making our live stream happen. So thanks. And then usually at our spring concert, we give out a bunch of awards. So each band has some outstanding grade awards and stuff. Right? We recognize our seniors. We did that at our concert last week for them. But in 8th grade, it's a little different. It's a little special, kind of like our seniors in high school. We have the Director's Award for Band. And so this is it's a special plaque award, not just a certificate, something that they get to keep forever. And then their name goes on a plaque that we would normally hang up in the band room, although we're not sure where our band room's going to reside permanently, so we don't have anything hung up in our band room right now. But then their name goes on there, so like 80 years from now, when someone can be like, oh, that was my grandpa, he was in band and like did that, and it's really cool. And so the Director's Award for Band is a really cool one. We usually give out one of these every year. I try to every year. It's so hard to choose one person. So I actually chose 2 people this year. So these are people that, like, when you think of like some of the best students in school, these are the kids we think of, and like they just really represent the band really well. They practice at home. They're great people. They're happy all the time. They're positive. They help out other people in the band. They go above and beyond, and they're just exemplary band students. So I have 2 people, and I'm gonna grab my plaque here. Hidden in plain sight. So the first one, the Director's Award for Band for 2021, is to Emma Murdoch. And then the second one this year, Director's Award for Band for 2021, goes to Desiree Freeman. I wish I could give one to all these kids, because this has just been a fantastic band to work with. One of the things I was disappointed about for this year is we split up our 7th and 8th grade bands, so they're 2 separate bands this year. They've been combined for several years. But it's been kind of nice just having them by themselves. They're a little bit smaller, but they're a lot of fun to play with and work with, and I think they enjoy it, right? Right? Yeah. When they're paying attention, don't. But anyway, they do it, and they're really fun to work with. So this has been a great group. So I'm really excited. Most of them are moving into high school next year, and you'll get to come watch us next year play and do all kinds of fun stuff together. We'll be handing out marching band information very soon, by the way, and you can check the band website for lots of stuff for that. Okay, so our last song. We try to add some pop music into the spring concert, and all the bands have played something like that. So this last song is really fun. It's been a challenge for us. We've worked a lot on it the last several weeks here in class. And you also might notice that I pulled in a high schooler to help us on some of the percussion stuff back there, because I only have one percussionist, so I wanted to add someone else. So JP Trimble is back there playing some snare drum and bass drum and some other stuff. But I do want to make sure that I make note that Angel has been working very hard playing drum set and bells and all kinds of stuff for our concert as well. So she's going to play drum set on this song. And you might recognize it. I don't know. It's somewhat popular. Don't Stop Believin'. So I hope you enjoyed the concert tonight. Thanks for coming out. We're going to finish with this song. Thanks again for coming out. Hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.